Leon did nothing wrong. All right. I don't get the reference. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 22, episode 22, I think. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23? Yeah, 23. Last time we were about to have a full-on little smooch competition with Yuri, and then Sayuri comes back and she's like, "Oh, I forgot my present," and that ruined that. But now, time has passed, and it is New Year's Eve, and we are going on a date with Yuri to watch fireworks, which sounds pretty darn epic if you ask me. Anyway, let us pray that this is a good episode, and let us get right into it. Looks like our date is already upon us. Stay calm, Markapi. Stay calm. Look at that transition. With one last quick deep breath, I swing the doors open. Good evening, Markapi. Yuri, hey. Without thinking, I dart forward and wrap her into a hug. Dude, that's aggressive, but I like it. The sudden action catches Yuri off guard. That much is obvious by how she startles. She eases into the gesture and tentatively slides her arms around me. She smells wonderful and feels so warm. Not that I'm complaining, but what brought this on? It's only as we break apart does my brain finally catch up. I don't think I've ever been so forward with Yuri before. Did I really just do that? I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. No, it's okay. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You're quite a good hugger, Markapi. That's the only thing I really want to hear right now is you are a good hugger, Markapi. So if someone can comment that would be great. You too. Anyway, come on in. She smiles gratefully and steps into the hallway, closing the door softly behind her. So, we have 3 hours until the fireworks start. What would you like to do in the meantime? I want a 3-hour hug. That's all I want. That is a good question. We normally read a book or cook, right? Well, I've already made some teriyaki, and I don't think you have any books on you, right? She nods. How about we try a VN? VN? Oh, sorry. A visual novel. I thought it was going to be a vaginal narwhal. A visual novel? Yeah. Are you familiar with them? Yes, I am, although I can't say I've tried any myself. They're essentially text-based stories that you play as a computer or video game, correct? With art, such as sprites? Uh-huh. I guess they're kind of like a halfway point between the traditional methods of storytelling you prefer and the manga that Natsuki likes. I suppose that's one way of looking at them. She doesn't look as enthusiastic compared to when we talk about a normal book, which is a shame. You don't look too keen. Oh. I don't? Sorry, I didn't mean to look bored or anything. Ooh. She takes a moment to compose herself. Let's give it a try, Markapi. I believe it will do me well to try a new medium of storytelling, and I shouldn't be dismissive just because it's different to what I'm used to. So, what did you have in mind? Well, I know how much a good story means to you, so I've got just the VN. Basically, it's about a bunch of students who get locked in the school, and the only way to escape is to kill someone else and not get caught in the class trials that happen after a murder. Trust me, it's full of twists, and I want to see if someone as smart and analytical as you can figure out who the murderers are in the cases. It really raises a lot of questions about what lengths people will go to survive, and the characters are fantastically written. Ah, a murder mystery? Are there any horror elements by chance? Unfortunately not. It can get quite tense, and some of the chapters are fairly creepy though. Trust me, even without horror, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. Okay then. I'll trust you on that. Let's go. Nearly 2 hours have passed since I introduced Yuri to the game. Needless to say, it's proven to be a large hit with her. A surprise to be sure, but not an unwelcome one. We've just reached the second trial, and although Yuri was keen to press on to find out who the killer of the chapter was, we have to get a move on.
A true predicament. Do you risk permanently blackening your conscience in the name of freedom? Or can such an act be excused in such circumstances? Obviously, murder is wrong and outside of self-defense, never tolerated in society. But it's safe to say that in those walls, the regular rules of society don't apply.
Somehow I knew you'd like it. Anyway, we should probably get going soon. Oh, I almost forgot. For the fireworks, we have to book online. Could you search for the tower online? She complies, and within minutes, the appropriate phone number is on the screen. Anyway, I need the bathroom real quick, so I'll be back in a second. A date with Yuri under the fireworks. Ha, this really doesn't sound like a stereotype. To my surprise, however, Yuri is just sitting there, awkwardly twiddling her phone in her hands. Yuri? Did you ring them? I kinda assumed you would, given that I went to the bathroom.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Well, I know that she struggles with talking to people face to face, but over the phone as well? Dude, I'd rather talk to someone face to face than over the phone. That's just me, though. Okay. A choice. We love making these. Okay. So, in the past, we've made these choices that are kind of similar. One of them was to order for her when we were going to a cafe, and she liked that. So, do we do it again? Or at that point, are we just kind of like babying her, you know? And like never letting her try. Encourage her to call. Oh man, this is a tricky one. Man, okay. So if we call for her, that's like, hey, like we're Poppy Chulo here. Like we got that, you know, that daddy energy. But we got it. Oh man, I don't know. I'm just gonna. Okay, we called for her, so that it was up to the chance of the mouse just dragging back and forth. It's cool. I should have realized. Oh fuck. That's a horrible way to word it. Fuck this. It's cool. I should have realized you struggle with this sort of thing, so I shouldn't have left this to you. Fuck. That's like saying, oh, I shouldn't have given you this task. Fuck this. Can we go back? No, we have to live with our choices, unfortunately. I'll ring them. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure? I really should do it myself.
Fuck. We fucked up. I'm sure. No, we're not. With my phone in hand, I make the booking. Simple enough. Just needed our names, and I told them we'd pay the money when we get there. Done. Aw.
I can't believe I couldn't even do something as simple as that.
Yuri, it's honestly okay. Let's just get going, alright?
Okay. Sorry.
I chuckled to myself. Her New Year's resolution should really be to apologize less. Maybe that wasn't such a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but if we get the bad ending, I'm gonna commit not alive. Brr, it's cold out, isn't it? At least the snow's gone, though. We couldn't afford the snow on the ground. A soft warmth slowly makes its way over my cold hands. I quickly notice where the warmth comes from, a very embarrassed and blushing Yuri.
You don't mind, do you? I figured with our combined heat we could.
She moves to withdraw her hands, but I hold firm. It's okay. Your hands feel really warm, and I like being able to do this with you. I swallow as a tiny bead of sweat forms on my forehead. Yuri smiles bashfully, but keeps her hands locked around mine.
I've never held hands with someone before.
What about your parents?
Well, obviously I've held hands with them, retard, but I meant more in this kind of sense.
Ah, of course, this kind of sense. Neither of us know what it is. But to be honest, this feels nice, so why bother questioning it? Same. A quiet, comfortable silence falls between us. How is it that something as simple and basic as holding someone's hand can make you feel so warm and content inside?
This isn't the only new feeling I've had, to be honest. Spending time with you over the past few months has proven to be a novel experience in many ways.
How so?
It might sound rather sad.
I tenderly rub my thumb over the back of Yuri's hand. You can say it, Yuri. There's no judgment here.
The feeling of having a friend. Knowing that there's someone out there who actually cares about me and wants to spend time with me. It's something I've never really felt before.
Huh? Really? Not even with the other club members?
Oh, I'm friends with the girls, of course. What I was trying to say is that, well, our friendship feels a lot deeper than the bonds I have with those three. I get along with Natsuki, Sayori, and Monica. We can talk about things, but
She looks away.
with you, it feels like you truly want to be my friend. I feel like I can count on you, more so than I can count on the others. Not to say that I don't value them or anything. Ooh.
Nah, I think I know what you're saying. Like, I'm friends with them as well, but I do feel a connection with you that I don't feel with the others. Even with Sayori, which is saying something.
You really mean that?
Of course I do. But I find it strange that I'm your first, proper friend. I'd have thought someone like you would have plenty of close friendships.
Someone like me?
Yeah, someone so kind, so thoughtful, so intelligent, and so interesting. She smiles sadly.
You're too kind, Markapi. I just wish that other people see me the way you do.
Before I have the chance to pursue that somewhat mysterious sentence any further, Yuri nudges me and points me towards a building.
This is the tower, yes?
Oh, yeah, it is. Let's head inside to pay before we head up. Ooh, this is a nice little romantic setting. I'm gonna need some water here to get me in the mood. After what felt like a billion flights of steps, we're finally at the top. Yuri is huffing just as much as I am, which makes me chuckle slightly. Looks like we're both as unfit as each other.
Wow, the view from up here is incredible.
As I gaze over the edge, I'm for the lovely view of the entire city. The small pinpricks of yellow light contrast beautifully against the darkness of the sky. Yuri walks over to the edge of the balcony. Her face lights up in awe as she takes in the sights. And honestly, it's hard to tell what's more beautiful. I take my place next to her and instinctively reach for her hands. The shyness in her face is still detectable, but the newfound sense of confidence has largely taken its place. Looking over the city with Yuri's hands in mine makes me feel nostalgic in a way. Almost like I'm looking over every memory, every moment, and every event of my life. It's rare that I feel the contemplative and reflective, but there's no denying how enjoyable it feels. Getting lost in thought, idly thinking about anything and everything. It's a mental bliss that resonates perfectly with the girl I'm standing with.
Markapi, why are you talking like a retard when you narrate?
Her voice is soft and gentle, as if sensing the immersion of the moment and being wary to disrupt it.
Do you ever think about all of the decisions you've made? All of the actions you've taken? All of the things you've said? All of the friendships and bonds you've made?
Sometimes. It's not often, but moments like these make me quite reflective.
I like to do the same. All of those choices, decisions, and actions, they make us who we are today. Are you happy with the choices you've made?
Right now? Definitely. Are you? She looks away for a moment.
I think it's safe to say that everyone has their regrets. Things they could have done differently, which would have produced a better result. Things that they wish they didn't say in an argument. Things they wish they told people while they could. But I think people forget about the things they're happy with. The things they'd never trade for the world. And
She takes a deep breath.
this moment is definitely one of them.
She scoots closer to me. At this point, our hips are touching, and the attractive scent of her perfume wafts its way into my nose. Oh, the temptation to just grab her and kiss her right now. I agree 100%, Yuri. There's things I regret too. The past years haven't been great. What with the divorce and the loneliness, I turn to face her. But all of that is in the past now. Now I'm up here, holding hands with a beautiful girl, ready to celebrate the new year. An intense blush covers Yuri's face, and she looks away for a moment or two. When she looks back at me, there's a coy smile on her face.
I never knew you were this romantic.
We steadily move closer and closer. I can feel her warm breath on my face. If Sayori comes through that door, I'm just gonna toss my computer out the gosh darn window. Closer, closer, until... Bang! The loud sound of fireworks going off makes both of us jump. Imagine getting cucked by a firework. Pathetic. The familiar feeling of disappointment returns, but only for a moment. The intense colors and fervent, what is that word? That looks weird. Display of the first round of fireworks are too good to ignore. Wow. Nice artwork. That's pretty epic. The once dark sky explodes into life, illuminated by a magnificent display of reds, yellows, greens, and blues, all fighting for dominance in the canvas that is the night sky. As the sounds roar, Yuri slides up to me, resting the back of her head on my neck as she looks up into the dazzling display. Despite the loudness and brightness of the pyrotechnics, they don't at all feel overwhelming. In a way, it feels like they're our fireworks. Our own celebration of not just the new year, but a personal celebration of the newfound relationship between Yuri and I. With the rainbow of colors dancing across the atmosphere, it's hard to believe that the skies were an empty dark blue just a few moments ago. I can even see the sights in front of me reflected in Yuri's violet eyes, another color I could get lost in.
These are breathtaking. I've never seen New Year's fireworks before, but only on television, never like this. I feel like I'm up there with them.
I knew it was worth the intense cardio to get up here. Which one is your favorite?
Ooh, there are so many good choices. I love that little purple one. It's not as big or as bold as some of the others, but it's a sight to behold in its own right.
I figured you'd say the purple one. It's a good choice. I'm a sucker for the big ones, though. The way they shoot up, and, they're going to be a big explosion, it makes the wait worth it. A smaller firework whizzes by, moving horizontally across the sky. Another whirls by in a frantic spiral, shooting a luminous light as it goes. Another takes the form of a shooting star, leaving a glistening trail in its wake.
Did you see that one, Markapi? I love how it's meant to emulate a shooting star. It must be so fun to design fireworks, knowing that your creations will awe and amaze people.
There's an almost childlike sense of playfulness in her voice, the kind I'd normally associate with Sayori. It's refreshing to see such pure innocent joy in her. Eventually, the fireworks start to wear off. With one last huge explosion, the yellow lights flicker out, leaving the night sky to remain empty once more. Worth it, eh?
Definitely. Oh, Markapi, that was perhaps the best way to start off the new year. Thank you for everything.
Now that the show is over, we're pretty much back to where we were before we were interrupted. Nice. With my heart hammering away, my face inches closer and closer to Yuri's, and this time I know full well there won't be anything to get in the way. If we get cucked again, I don't know, man. And we will see in a couple clicks if we get cucked again. We did not get cucked. I close my eyes as I feel warm, soft lips on my own. The feeling is indescribable. It just feels so right. Her pace is slow and passionate, and I'm able to easily match her rhythm. Yuri hums contentedly as I hold her hips and pull her closer to me. Her hands are linked around the back of my neck, pulling me into the kiss. I gently rest my hands on her neck and the side of her face. The softness of her skin matches the softness of her lips. That's pretty epic. After a while, we eventually break apart. With her face this close to mine, I can see every eyelash, and more worryingly, the tears that are forming in her eyes. Yuri, are you okay?
I'm fine. Sorry, that was just a really intense moment for me.
Hey, it's okay. Take your time. It was pretty overwhelming on my end as well. I'm here for you, and I'm not going anywhere. She clings to me a little harder.
Do you really mean that?
Of course I do.
Even if I were to show you the parts of me that I'm ashamed of, would you still stay with me?
Yuri, that's not even a question. Of course I would. I wouldn't leave you for anything.
Thank you. Thank you.
She wraps her arms around me and rests her head on my chest. I'm a little taken aback, but take the opportunity to plant a kiss on the top of her head. I'm curious though, what exactly did she mean by parts of me that I'm ashamed of? Nah, now isn't the time to ask. So, I guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend now, huh? I get to be the girlfriend. I wear the strap on.
Hoo-hoo. Yes, I suppose we are.
The new semester is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yes. It most definitely will be.
With a smile, she gently grasps my hand and leads me down towards the door. I'm still hard from the kiss. I'm still hardly daring to believe my luck. Yuri actually kissed me? I must be the luckiest guy in the world. We have to walk like the gorilla to hide our boner. Was that from American Dad? I think. Yeah, probably. Maybe Family Guy? Yeah, one of the Seth MacFarlane shows. Act 3. Old wounds. Everything I touch crumbles down in this imaginary world. How many times have I rebuilt it? Okay, I'm guessing this is 3 acts. Wow. Wait, if this is 20, what is this, 23? What's 23 divided by 2? Who fucking knows? It's an odd number, so who cares, am I right, guys? Anyway, looks like we have 1 act left, I'm guessing it's a 3-act structure, like most things. Anyway, this was a great episode. We didn't get cucked for once. We finally got the payoff kiss. Okay, do me 4 favors. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, help me find a girlfriend, and bye-bye.